Everyone is talking about Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris, two of the most controversial figures in the history of love and hip-hop, who were recently banned from reality TV. This comes after years of drama, betrayals, and headline-making moments. However, what exactly happened behind the scenes that led producers to make this drastic decision? According to sources, it all began with an intense and chaotic backstage altercation. Hold on, there's more to this story than what's being reported. Was this really just one fight, or was there something much bigger brewing behind the scenes? Betrayals, secret alliances, and shocking revelations. This scandal is deeper than anyone could have imagined. According to reports, Kirk and Mendeecees are reportedly done for good after years of being reality TV royalty. There will be no more cameras or confessionals, just a harsh reality they never saw coming. The tension between Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris had been simmering beneath the surface for weeks, but no one anticipated that it would explode into a brawl that would end his career and rock the entire love and hip-hop franchise. It all happened at a private closed-door meeting after a show taping, where cast members were supposed to air out their differences before the official reunion episode. No cameras, no pressure, just a chance to clear the air. Stay tuned because we're about to break it all down. That was the plan, but it's only a matter of time before something explosive happens when you put egos, grudges, and drama-hungry reality TV stars in the same room. That night, it happened. Kirk and Mendeecees had never been close, but they respected each other until recently, when rumors began to circulate that Mendeecees had been calling reckless behind Kirk's back, calling him a washed-up has-been who only remained relevant because of Rashida's hustle. At first, Kirk dismissed it, reasoning that love and hip-hop thrived on drama and loose lips were nothing new. But when several people came forward, Mendeecees had escalated the situation to the point where Kirk could no longer ignore it. The whispers turned into full-fledged accusations, with Mendeecees allegedly telling producers that Kirk was desperate to start a phony beef to stay on the show. Becky was a liability, adding nothing new to the franchise except for old scandals and tired drama. For Kirk, it was the audacity. "I'm the one holding the show back." Kirk reportedly vented to cast members before the altercation, saying, "I'm the one holding the show back." Respect was everything, and Kirk wasn't going to allow someone like Mendeecees to disrespect his legacy. According to inside sources, Kirk pulled Mendeecees aside before the reunion taping in an attempt to resolve the matter amicably, but Mendeecees wasn't backing down. "If you're worried about what I'm saying, maybe you should fix what's broken," Mendeecees allegedly told Kirk, his tone dripping with arrogance. Kirk's face twisted, his jaw clenched, and that was all it took. What began as a heated exchange escalated into a full-fledged screaming match, with producers and cast members in utter shock at what they were witnessing. Before security could react, Kirk snapped and pointed a finger at Mendeecees. Mendeecees then laughed, a slow, mocking laugh that sent Kirk over the edge. At that point, everything spiraled out of control. Mendeecees lunged forward, grabbing Kirk's shirt, and in a matter of seconds, chairs crashed, glasses shattered, cast members screamed, and security rushed in to separate them. Both men were in a rage, and Rashida was frantically trying to pull Kirk away as she tried to stop him. However, it was too late. The damage had already been done, and the worst part was that it was all captured on camera. Someone in the room had taken out their phone, and as soon as Kirk and Mendeecees threw hands, the footage began to spread like wildfire. Within minutes, clips started appearing on social media, shocking fans with their comments and sending the Love and Hip Hop production team into full panic mode. "This isn't your typical reality TV drama," as one producer reportedly stated. The fight was so brutal and intense that producers had no other option but to stop filming immediately. Kirk was dragged into a room, still furious, his face twisted with rage. Behind the scenes, the executives were already making a decision that no one had anticipated. Fights were common on reality TV, but what had just happened was too extreme, too raw, too destructive. Before the night was even over, an emergency meeting called The Verdict was held. Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris were about to receive the harshest punishment of their careers. There was no turning back this time. The fallout from the fight was swift and severe. Within hours, the Love and Hip Hop production team was dealing with a crisis. And it wasn't just about broken chairs and shattered egos. The network executives were furious. Reality TV thrives on drama, so some pushing and shoving was to be expected, but this was different. Two longtime cast members had gone at it in a way that could have caused serious injuries. Worse, the video had leaked, and fans had seen it everywhere. Social media exploded. "I've already analyzed every second of the video," one fan tweeted. Kirk pushing MCs lunging at him, the sound of glass shattering in the background. This fight was wild. Others debated the fallout. "If Kirk and MCs are fired for this, I'm done watching," one fan declared, while another countered, "MCs had no right to be disrespecting a Love and Hip Hop original." Everyone agreed. This was one of the biggest scandals in the franchise's history. But the executives weren't just worried about public reaction. They were worried about their reputation. The fight had gone beyond what could be spun into good television. There were legal concerns, and sponsors were growing anxious. Keeping Kirk and MCs on the show would send the wrong message. So the decision was made. By the following morning, Kirk and MCs received the call. They were officially fired from Love and Hip Hop. As he paced back and forth in their Atlanta home, Kirk reportedly told Rashida, "No warning, no second chances, just gone." He was in shock. "They haven't done anything like this before. They need me. I've been here since the beginning." But Rashida saw this coming. "Kirk, you put your hands on MCs," she told him, and it went viral. They had no choice. Kirk wasn't trying to hear it. Meanwhile, MCs was sitting in his living room with Yandy when he received the call. His entire body tensed as he heard the words, "We're letting you go." He shook his head. "I bring too much to this show. They need me." But Yandy wasn't about to let this slide. She snapped, grabbing her phone. "They're just going to throw you out after everything? After we brought storylines to this show." Their relationships, legal troubles, and family struggles had been reality TV gold. But none of that mattered now. "I told you not to let him get to you," Yandy muttered, rubbing her temples. "Now look, we're done." The phone calls and blog headlines kept coming. Other cast members weighed in. And soon, it wasn't just about the fight. New rumors began swirling. Reports surfaced that Kirk Frost and MCs Harris had been blacklisted from reality TV altogether. Insiders claimed multiple networks were hesitant to work with them. They were too much of a liability. If Kirk and MCs can't keep it professional, how can we trust them on another show? One producer reportedly said. It was a domino effect. Sponsorship deals were put on hold. Potential spin-offs were scrapped. Their entire reality TV careers were suddenly hanging by a thread. But Kirk and MCs weren't going down without a fight. MCs called up his legal team to see if he could challenge the decision and sue for wrongful termination. The firing of Kirk and MCs sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. But Kirk was thinking bigger. If they thought I was just going to disappear, they had another thing coming. He reportedly told a friend, "I've built my name. I don't need Love and Hip Hop. I'll make my own moves." And suddenly, the battle wasn't just between them anymore. It was between them and the entire Love and Hip Hop empire. But could they really recover from this? Or was this the end of Kirk and MC's reality TV careers for good? Kirk, the businessman, quickly got to work. He understood the power of public perception, and if he was going to salvage his career, he had to control the narrative. Instead of stepping back from the spotlight, Kirk made sure the public knew his side. Both men weren't just reality TV stars. They were staples of the genre, deeply woven into the fabric of Love and Hip Hop. The show had elevated them into household names, and now they were being shown the door. A few days after his firing, Kirk sat down for an exclusive interview with a major blog, ready to tell this side of the story. He looked straight into the camera, his tone serious. What happened between me and Mendeecees was unfortunate, but at the end of the day, I was defending my honor, especially on my own turf. I've been with love and hip-hop from day one, and have put in the work. For them to just cut me off like that, it's foul. Kirk wasn't just upset about the altercation. He felt betrayed by the very show he had helped build. A show that had displayed his highs and lows, family drama, and business endeavors. Yet, one terrible moment had seemingly erased everything. But Kirk wasn't going to let that be the end of his story. He looked at the camera with conviction. They might have closed the door on me, but trust me, I've got plenty of other doors I can open. Meanwhile, Mendeecees was going through his own whirlwind. His firing from love and hip-hop had hit him hard, but he wasn't about to lie down and take it like Kirk. Mendeecees knew that controlling the narrative was crucial, so he too reached out to the media. But his approach was different. Instead of an interview, Mendeecees took to his platform, starting with an emotional Instagram live session. His voice was steady but firm. I don't regret standing up for myself. I've always been about respect, and I won't let anyone disrespect me, on or off camera. Yandy was right by his side, her face a mask of controlled fury. She was upset, but she also understood how the game worked. He's been through worse than this, and we always come out on top, she reassured their audience. But behind closed doors, Mendeecees wasn't so sure. Being cut off from love and hip-hop wasn't just a professional blow, it was personal. He had dedicated years of his life to the show, bared his soul on camera, and now, with one mistake, it felt like all of that had been taken away. I don't know if we're going to bounce back from this, he admitted to his followers, but you guys haven't seen the last of me. Then, the final blow came. It wasn't just that Kirk and Mendeecees had been fired. They were now being banned from reality TV altogether. Without love and hip-hop, what was left? That was our bread and butter, Mendeecees muttered to Yandy, frustration heavy in his voice. But Yandy wasn't one to wallow in self-pity. She was already planning their next move. We'll figure it out, she assured him. We have our own brand now. The fans love us, not just the show. At first, the idea of being blacklisted seemed like just another rumor. But as the days passed, multiple industry sources confirmed it. Kirk and Mendeecees were now deemed too dangerous to cast. Reality TV thrives on drama, but this had gone too far. No network wanted to deal with the risk of another outburst or potential legal trouble. For Kirk, the news was devastating. Losing his spot on love and hip-hop was bad enough, but being blacklisted, that was career death. The usually calm Kirk was storming through the house, venting to Rashida. We'll figure something out, babe. You've got too much hustle in you to let this be the end, she tried to reassure him, but Kirk wasn't convinced. Without TV, staying relevant would be an uphill battle. One night, his frustration boiled over. Without reality TV, my brand loses visibility. If that happens, my influence and my income dry up. I ain't about to be no has-been, he told Rashida. His name, his face, that's what kept his businesses afloat. Without exposure, everything could fall apart. Across the country, Mendeecees was feeling the same pressure. His phone had gone eerily silent. Brands weren't reaching out. His social media engagement was plummeting. It's like we're banned from the industry, Mendeecees told Yandy, his voice tight with frustration. We need to do something fast. But Yandy already had a plan. Her confidence was unwavering. If they don't want us on their shows, we'll make our own. We don't need them. We have the fan base, the following. Let's do this ourselves. Their words were bold, but Kirk and Mendeecees knew they were up against a formidable opponent. Being blacklisted wasn't just about being shut out of one show. It meant being excluded from an entire industry. As the days stretched into weeks, the severity of the situation only worsened. Two of the biggest names in love and hip-hop, Kirk Frost and Mendeecees, were facing the harsh reality of being erased from the very world that once thrived on their drama, conflicts, and storylines. The silence was deafening. They had built their lives around the fame and fortune of reality TV, but now they were facing the very real possibility that it was all slipping away. Would they actually recover? Or had this fight marked the end of their reign in reality TV? No more producers were calling for confessional interviews. At first, neither man wanted to believe it. They had survived scandals before: public breakups, cheating allegations, business failures. But this time felt different. For Kirk, reality set in when he started reaching out. One evening, as Kirk sat waiting for a call that never came, Rashida tried to reassure him. "We can make this work. You have the clothing stores, Frost Bistro." But Kirk cut her off. "That's not the point, Rashida. This is what I do. This is who I am. If they shut me out, how do I stay relevant? How do we keep the brand alive?" Rashida had no answer. And while Yandy was busy strategizing how to turn their personal brand into something bigger, Mendeecees found himself in a strange place, caught between defiance and doubt. Because for the first time in years, he was facing a terrifying reality. The cameras might not be coming back. And without them, who was he? It felt like every door was being slammed shut before he could even knock. But Yandy wasn't one to sit around and wait for opportunities to come to them. If the industry didn't want them, they would build their own platform. She began reaching out to streaming services, independent production companies, and social media platforms. "We don't need VH1, she told Mendeecees with confidence. "We can take this to YouTube, to Zeus Network, to Tubi, wherever we want. We own our brand. We don't need them." In the meantime, the fallout from the blacklist was spreading like wildfire, and fans were furious. Social media exploded with debates. Was Kirk and Mendeecees' blacklisting justified, or were they being unfairly punished after years of building love in hip-hop? One fan tweeted, "If they're not on TV, our people won't even care. Yandy's confidence is cute, but we need to give them something they can't ignore." On a popular podcast, a former Love and Hip Hop cast member weighed in. "I've been in this game for years, and let me tell you, there's a line you don't cross." Kirk and Mendeecees crossed it, but not everyone agreed. "They want us to act up on TV, but the moment we do, they throw us away? Nah, that ain't right." Still, others had no sympathy. This wasn't just regular drama. They fought on set. What did they expect? The backlash wasn't just online. Former cast members, reality TV veterans, and even producers had opinions. Stevie J, a Love and hip-hop legend, chimed in, and industry insiders made it clear Kirk and Mendeecees were out. No second chances. But Kirk wasn't leaving without a fight, a legal fight. He had been in the entertainment industry long enough to know his rights. If the network wanted to blacklist him, they owe him. He met with his lawyer, his tone filled with determination. "This isn't just about a fight. This is about my legacy. They used me for years, made money off my name, and now they want to erase me. Nah." Mendeecees, on the other hand, was torn. He wasn't the type to sue. He had been through the legal system before, and he didn't want to go down that road again. But he also knew Kirk had a point. They had given everything to the show, and now they were being left with nothing. The lawsuit wasn't just about Kirk's contract. He wanted damages, compensation for the years he dedicated to the franchise, for the reputation he had built, only to be discarded like trash. According to one media insider, if Kirk prevails, it could set a completely new standard for reality TV stars. It's all about power and control. These networks own their talent, but Kirk is fighting back. However, the lawsuit had consequences. Kirk and Mendeecees weren't just blacklisted anymore. They were radioactive. No network, brand, or company wanted to be associated with them while litigation was pending. Rashida tried to talk some sense into Kirk. "You need to let this go before it destroys everything," she pleaded. But Kirk wasn't listening. "I'm not letting them win, Rashida." Meanwhile, Yandy saw the bigger picture. She knew Mendeecees didn't want to get caught up in legal drama, so she took a risk. If they couldn't be on reality TV, they would create reality TV. She reached out to producers, and soon, the plan was in motion. A new show, independent, uncensored, and raw. Kirk and Mendeecees might have been banned from Love and Hip Hop, but that didn't mean they were done. The question now was, would the fans follow them? Or was this really the end of the road? Fans remained divided. The industry was watching. And one thing was certain, this scandal was just getting started. What do you think? Should Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris be given another chance? Did they go too far? Will their independent comeback actually succeed? Or is this the end of their reality TV reign? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on all the shocking twists, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This story is far from over.